Hi, this is Steve from Santa Barbara and Araceli, and we want to tell you about our local trip to Paris, which was just over Highway 154 up Fox and Canyon Road and ended up in the historic Los Alamos, town of Los Alamos, at the historic Victorian Mansion of late 1800s, in one of their theme rooms, the Paris room.
They have 6 rooms. One's Egyptian room, one's the Roman room, one's the gypsy, the pirate room, and one's the 1950s. But I chose the Paris room because it was my consolation because I had to postpone my Paris trip again. And it was also something to look forward to.
And let me tell you, I was a little skeptical, but when I was there, the attention to detail, it felt like you're in Paris after a couple minutes, and it was just amazing.
It was gorgeous. And I surprised him with so when we arrived, they have a bottle of red wine waiting for you, and for a little extra, I asked for the cheese plate, and honestly, we didn't even have to leave the room, and it was gorgeous. But
we had a hot tub in the room, and just fantastic. You know, it was hard to leave.
Okay.
Well, the hotel is not always open, and because I'm saving for my trip to the real Paris, I opted for the cheaper of the nights. So we only stayed one night. We checked into our hotel. We enjoyed the cheese plate, the wine. We left the hotel room and we walked. It's a very small historic town, Los Alamos, and we did a couple of wine tastings. We had dinner at one of the local restaurants.
Flatbread, yeah.
Flatbreads. I will not talk about flatbreads right now. I had a bad experience there. I'm really upset. I'm not going back there again.
So the room was so fantastic that I decided to get I just happened to have it, my 3D VR camera, and I came in and scanned the room, and then I took a hot tub and relaxed.
Well, the hot tub is actually in the room, and it looks like there's like suitcases. It's really cool. And when I first saw it, and I thought, why didn't my coworker say there was a hot tub in here? It just looks like a regular tub. But once you get the hot water going, and it takes a little bit of time to fill up because it's so cool. But anyway, it retains the heat. It was, I got out of the hot tub and I went back in and the water is still hot. It was just really cool. There I go again, talking too much, huh? Sorry.
Yeah, okay. Very romantic room.
But however, there's in the room, there's like a staircase, winding little staircase, iron staircase that goes to it's not even the bedroom, it's like a loft, and that all it is the first step, and there's the mattress, and that's it, and then there's like the roof. Unfortunately, when I was in the bed, I felt kind of, my fear of heights kicked in, and then I can look down and the room below and the railing and the staircase kind of freaked me out. So I left him and I went downstairs and I decided to sleep on the little sofa, Chase French style sofa. And then something weird happened. I'm a light sleeper when I'm in hotel rooms, and I could hear the traffic below, because it's one street, and the cars, the trucks, whatever, they just race down. But there was a moment when I felt, you guys are gonna think I'm crazy, but I felt like there was somebody in the room. And in the back of my head, I felt it was crazy because I knew he was upstairs sleeping in the loft.
I was sleeping upstairs, yeah.
And then later I felt like the bed, like somebody was shaking it. So anyway, the next day when I went back to work, I went to my coworker because he's the one that recommended the hotel. I'm like, hey, is that hotel haunted by any chance? And he's like, no. But I know that the owner wants to make it into a haunted place. I'm like, oh, because it's haunted, there just has to, yes, it's like certified that it's haunted. like New Orleans where they say the hotels are haunted. He goes, no. He wants to add it as part of the thing. I'm like, okay, but there was an earthquake, right? On Monday morning, there's an earthquake. He goes, no, there's no earthquakes. So I don't know. I felt like somebody was in the room. I felt like somebody had shaken it, and
I felt the same thing upstairs at the same time. So I thought it was an earthquake, but when I researched it the next day, I couldn't find anything about an earthquake.
So
it's kind of interesting.
So my coworker's like, well, you do understand, Araceli, that this mansion was built in the 1800s and it's old and you're on the 3rd floor basically. So when those semi trucks pass through, the building's gonna rumble. And I'm hoping that's the right explanation, but at the same time, I did feel the cars speed through and the bed didn't shake. So, and then the weird thing too is the hotel is not the average everyday bed and breakfast. You have to park in the back of the hotel. There's a main street and you have to go in the back and you park in the hotel. And when you get there, the innkeeper kind of, I don't know how they know, but maybe there's cameras up there, I don't know. But then they come out, right, and they greet you. And so they take you up to your hotel room, and if the other guests haven't checked in, they'll give you a tour of the other rooms because the other rooms are so cool. Like I said, there's a Roman room, the Egyptian room, the gypsy, the pirate room, and they're, wow, awesome.
They're amazing.
They're amazing. So, so afterwards, you exit through the back, and you're welcome to go around to the front, to the little gate, and you're on the main street, Bell Street, which is the main drag of Los Alamos. And so we didn't talk about it, but there was a moment when we stood in front of the gate and we looked up at the Victorian Mansion, which is really cool. I don't know, but I felt like something, as beautiful as it was, there was something creepy about it. And then I guess he felt it too, because when we were back in Santa Barbara the next day, we're like, hey, did you feel like it was shaking? And anyway, I know you guys are thinking I'm crazy, but when I was in New Orleans in April, New Orleans is supposed to be haunted. Thank God I didn't feel anything. In this hotel that was built in the 1700s, and there's another hotel that was built in the 1800s, and I didn't feel any weird vibe. So I don't know. I'll leave that up to you. And yes, I do need more wine.
The more wine you have, the better. It was a great vacation.
Will I go back again? Yes. It was gorgeous. The hotel is gorgeous. Every detail. It feels like you're inside a Paris room and you're looking out the windows. You could see the what are they called? The balloons that go up. What are they called? The balloons. And you see the Eiffel Tower. And anyway.
We had a great time.
Yes.
Highly romantic.
Very romantic.
Extreme staff, attentiveness.
And
no problems. Fantastic room, bed, everything.
And it's really quiet. You don't hear the other guests in the room. You really don't.
Yeah.
And each door to the room
totally quiet
is like themed to what the room is.
Anyway, we're definitely going back.
Yes. We're gonna try the gypsy room. I think the gypsy room will be really super cool.
So, signing off, another rough week in the Central Coast. Wine touring, at least every time we go out, we visit at least 2 or 3 wineries on the way. And
this time we visited Saca Mesa and Sisquoc.
Rancho Sisquoc.
And I am now a new member to Saca Mesa. And I guess this is it. And thank you so much for watching. If you have any questions, please
contact Araceli Travel
or Steve. Well, that's it for now. This is Steve Walker. This is Araceli, and
if you have any questions, just fill out the comment section, and we'll get back to you.
Thank you.
All right.
Bye.
Keep the travel bug.